Well, Exeter had to work for their win over Leicester on the weekend, and one of the men that were at the heart of the fight for the Tigers, Ellis Genge, is on the phone now. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. What's going on?
Mate, you sound pumped, Genji. Loving it, mate. Hey, Christmas, mate. It's when the rugby's at the hard yards.
I know, mate. Coming back from Oval Park at 5 o'clock in the evening, want the best day of my life, won't I?
Well, let's go back to Saturday's game. Obviously, we'll start off with the pre-match interview, which I absolutely loved.
Harry.
I didn't know you could write, to be honest. First and foremost, I thought you couldn't write.
It was Braille. I sent it down in Braille. Look, so.
Was it Braille? Was it? So you sent him a letter.
Yeah,
it was good banter, wasn't it? Obviously, it's always good, I think, to have characters in the game and saying the sort of things you said. But actually getting into that battle, you against him at scrum time, was good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. Look, I get on really well with Harry when we go to England camps. He's not everyone's cup of tea. He's bit of a weird character, but he's sound as fuck. And when for some reason someone wanted to interview me before a game and they asked me about Harry, like, what am I supposed to say?
Tell him the truth, mate.
I sent him a letter, I sent him a Christmas card, he's my mate, and fucking everyone lost their mind about it. I couldn't believe it.
Is his name Harry or Ari? I don't know. I'm thinking it's Harry now.
It's Harry.
Exactly. So Harry. Genji, so this is the thing, and I'm with Goodin. We've seen like Marler come out of his shell, if you like. He's always had a shit Mohican for all his career, but he's come out and people are enjoying it. But you're a character as well. Played against you and stuff, and had a few interactions on the field as well. So not just on the field, but off the field as well. And the social media, which is the devil in some parts, but there's been a bit of interaction off the back of that. And look, we know how hard you boys are trying at Leicester as well, and you're obviously in a torrid time. But how do you deal with that? So you do an interview before it goes viral, people are loving it, and then you look at social media after because you've lost the game and you're getting shit. Like, how is the modern day player dealing with that?
Myself, it don't annoy me if someone's got a bad word to say. Yeah, carry on. You're entitled to your opinion. It's like arseholes, everyone's got one, as I said before. But at the end of the day, it's the end of the day, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's rugby. It's a game, and everyone's lost their mind over a pre-match interview. We've lost the game. I know that more than anyone. I was out there playing. You don't need people reiterating it on Twitter, like just peppering you, mate. It does my Sweden, to be honest with you. I think a few of the younger boys get a bit like not upset, but a bit like nervy about it, and it sort of gives you whispers at the clubs. And it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because media can be so good, social media and that, and at the same time it can be so shit, because if you're not doing great, as we're not doing great at the moment, although I do think the performance on the weekend was quite good in some regards, like it could shine a light on the club. But I'm not going to back away from people who smash their keyboards and start peppering me. Like, do you know what I mean? If you dish it out, you're going to get it back.
Yeah, mate, I completely agree. And you did the right thing. You acted how you wanted to act on an interview that you're asked a question about, and I thought it was good value, good fun. I did learn that you can write, which was great. But looking at the game then, for the first 60 minutes, Leicester, you were on point. You were aggressive. You were abrasive. You were winning collisions. You were dominating what many people consider as one of the best teams, if not the best team in the Premiership. And there were some really good signs there, weren't there? How's the reaction been off the back of ultimately losing the game and training today? What was the noises coming out of Jordan Murphy and the coaches?
Genji, don't tap and go 10 metres up.
I did see the tap and
go. Mate, like I said, I think we played really well. There were some really good bits to pick out of it. I think Jordan Talfo, for his home debut, he was pretty class, wasn't he?
I mean, tackle him. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck. All the best, you. But no, he was class, and boys enjoyed it, I think. And then we sort of got to the second half, and as you said, probably the best team in the Premiership at the moment. Well, on paper they are, at least. So they just got the knack, haven't they, mate? To be honest, they know how to win away from home. And I'd say everyone probably was writing us off going into that game, but we had full confidence. We went out, executed our game plan to the best of our ability at the first 40, and then the second half just didn't really go to plan. Mate, when they start picking and gooing, they're hard to stop, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Mate, they are, mate. It's all about discipline, isn't it? And keeping them at your 22. But anyway, that's too deep into the ruggers. Let's just have a look at a kind of overview of the season going forward, mate, because Leicester you're not in a great position. Obviously, Surrey's at bottom of the league and having 35 points deducted. But kind of collectively, what's been said? What's the mood like? How are Leicester going to get out of the hole that they're kind of in at the minute? As a player that's at the coalface, clearly matters to you. You're tapping and going not because it's a ridiculous thing to do, it's because you want it. So as a player that wants it, how are you dealing with that as a group?
There's ups and there's downs, as you know. As a player, it's tough some days more than others. This week on this Monday is probably one of the harder ones, just because we really could have won. But we've got 2 more games now over this sort of Christmas period that we're really targeting, and we can get 2 wins there, then we're not looking in a bad spot. I mean, all the heat's on us because everyone. Well, you sort of expect us to do better than what we are, if you know what I mean. Everyone always sees Leicester as that club that won all the titles, etc., etc. And we've got the plan in place and that belief to get back to the top of our game. But as you said, it's not happening at the moment for us for whatever reason. But internally, and we've got the right people in place, I do believe to put the club back to where it needs to be.
Yeah, there's some really good positive signs from the weekend, and there's a lot of players in that team. You could see it cared, you could see it mattered, and when you got Manu on kick returns, you're like, good luck to you, your man. So there are going to be good things, and I'm hoping the big game this weekend down at Harlequins that you can absolutely obliterate them, to be honest.
Hero.
Which should be good. Let's talk about the squad then. Obviously, it is tough at the minute with results and stuff, but there's some good characters in that squad, isn't there? Christmas parties, you had Secret Santa, and any of that fun and games been going on?
Yeah, we had Secret Santa. When did we have that? Last week. Harry Wells organised it. It was fucking atrocious.
Oh, really?
Organisation. Mate, he's really gone down in my rankings I thought he was a really well organised bloke, and then he served up absolute tripe for the Christmas party, the Secret Santa, sorry. Now the presents were actually good. On my life, I'm looking at mine right now. I got a Marvel comic lava lamp, one of the better presents.
Oh, nice.
Jake Kerr got a book full of excuses, because it's never his fault.
Is that sort of guy, is he?
Nah, he's all right. He's just he's Scottish, isn't he? Sorry, Jim.
No, it's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. I didn't get it, but I do now. James just told me.
There was a good bit of banter. Seen a few of the videos from the boys Secret Santa to the other club, but Wells needs to step up his game for next year. The Christmas dinner was decent, though.
Man, that's all that matters. Talking of Christmas dinner and reading on social media, that's how we live our lives now. What are you doing Christmas Day? Are you sorted? Christmas Eve? I heard you might be doing something nice for charity or for the homeless.
Mate, I tried to get into. I wanted to get into the soup kitchen and serve us some grub, and I rang 3 places up, and they honestly told me that sorry, Genge, you're bottom of the league. We don't want you. I was like, oh, great.
No.
But they said they were full up. They got all the volunteers. It would be great to hear. And then I said, can I make some donations then instead, i.e. bring down food? And they said, no, we've got enough. So I was on the other end of the line. I was like, how the fuck do you not want more food? But yeah, I got in touch with someone in the end, and I'm doing that on Christmas Eve. Then I'm at the Children's Hospital. But you're only allowed to give out plastic gifts, which I didn't know. So I had to take a load back. The old cuddly toys won't be going down well because they've got to be able to get washed and reused. So
where are you Christmas Eve then? So where are you going to be exactly?
It's a soup kitchen in St. Paul's in Bristol, if anyone wants to come down. And then I'll be at the Children's Hospital from 2:30 till 4:30 because we train tomorrow morning, Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow morning, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah, that's right.
All day. I'm there from 2:30 till 4:30, so I'm gonna have to bomb it down the M5, hopefully beat the traffic, and that'll be me. And then Christmas Day, I'll have a nice spag bowl probably.
No turkey.
I'm not a fan, mate. Turkey's a dry meat, innit? Well, it's cooked well, but I don't know.
It's not if it's fried in olive oil, is it, Goody?
Mate, let me tell you, my chef at my house cooks it very well. Cooks it very well and moist. There's obviously a load of chat at the minute about some of the players at Leicester coming out of contract. You're massively involved with things at Bristol, not the rugby club, but that's the heart for you in terms of where you grew up and everything.
Yeah.
There's obviously a pull there, isn't there, between clubs, and can you enlighten us on where you're at the minute in terms of contract negotiations?
Yeah, I'm quite open about it all. I don't really shy away from this. I find it quite weird how people don't like talking about contracts. I think it probably stops rugby progressing in some regard. Like, everyone knows how much people earn in football and that, but then people don't. It's a weird. Do you know what I mean? It's quite weird that we don't get paid like mental dough, so everyone gets real touchy about like speaking of. Maybe I see it in a different way.
Yeah, mate. Remember I was at Saracens and there was talk of them breaking the cap because they're one of the best players.
Jim's
I don't know how I got paid what I got paid.
Mate, Jim's keeping quiet because he's still got that house in Luton, that 1-bed flat.
Have you re-signed Genge or what, mate? What's the crack?
I haven't got anything done at the moment. Still up in the air, but I'll be honest with you. I probably want to. Well, I do want to stay at Leicester, and as long as we can come to an agreement, then hopefully that'll be me. I want to go back to Bristol as well, but someone released a silly article the other week in the paper about some false acts, so I had to set them straight as well.
Oh God.
Yeah, didn't really go down too well, but he knows what he did.
Well, Simon Cohen's an avid listener to the pod, mate, so we can get you a 6 on the front of that.
Earlier. He was at Oval Park earlier. He was in the hot tub, so I had a coffee with
Simon Cohen in the hot tub,
naked.
Drain it afterwards.
Contracts. The talk's gone well with Leicester, so hopefully something gets announced over the next few weeks.
Just going to ask you about your baby rhino clinic as well, because that's got a lot of the boys following it and pushing it out, and just give us a bit of detail on your coaching clinics and stuff that's going on as well, mate, because I think it's brilliant what you've set up.
Yeah, so the first sort of plan for it was literally just to be grassroots, and then I realised my bank account wasn't going to last forever, so I had to charge some money. It's all relative. It's all done at my first club I ever played at, which was Old Reds. So it's quite nice that everyone gets down there and the pictures and stuff. But the idea behind it is that we do a few free sessions. So I've actually got one for my friend Lloyd Russell, who was my mentor in school. When I was not the best behaved, he would take me around Bristol and do stuff for me, play snooker and that. He was a nice bloke. And he actually does a lot of the homeless work, so that's how I got involved with all that. And we're doing a session for them on, it's a Thursday, I don't know what Thursday of the month it is, but we're doing that outside the Marriott Royal in Bristol City Centre. So we're doing one of those with the baby rhino. Hopefully they can play rugby, some of the homeless people, but if they can't, then we'll try to teach them. My mate Henry Harper is he's the head coach down there, and he's good with kids. They seem to laugh at him just as much as I do. So they enjoy his company. But the whole sort of ethos behind the baby rhino thing at the moment, it's not obviously taken over the world, but I in the end I do want it to sort of push out and have all these kids who didn't have the opportunities when I was younger to be able to sort of not necessarily the hard knocks sort of campaign that went on, but just have that pathway into rugby. If I could do that, then I'll be able to say I've made a little impact on the game we all love and treasure.
Good on you, Genge. Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, good man.
All right, Genge. Hey, thank you very much for coming on the show. Best of luck with that baby rhino stuff, and the also with the soup kitchen Christmas Eve and the children's hospital. Best of luck also for the Quins game and for the rest of the season, mate.